Hi everybody, welcome to Dancing Luna Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Cancer. And we're going to get a couple of oracle cards and see what's going on for Cancer in this connection that you are thinking about, Cancer, as you sit down to watch this reading. This is a general love reading, so it will not resonate with every person out there, and that is okay. If it's not your story, then you don't have to try to make it fit. Just going to shuffle one more time, and then we're going to get a couple of oracle cards. What's going on for Cancer with the person that they're thinking about? Any advice that Cancer might need? Any advice that Cancer might need in regards to this connection? Cancer and their person. Gonna get one more. See what you got going on here. Oh, children. Your love life is being affected by children. Okay. Maybe, you know, you or the other person has kids. Maybe in some way that's affecting it. Your love life, it doesn't mean in a negative way at all. It doesn't have to be. But the kids could just be a factor in this connection somehow. And then new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Okay, Cancer. All right. You have a new person in your life that's stirring up your feels. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the tarot has to say. We're going to ask about your energy, your person's energy, and then the upcoming kind of possible outcome, mutual energy type of stuff. Okay, this is for Cancer and whoever they're thinking about as they sit down to watch this reading. Cancer and their person. Just going to shuffle a couple more times, folks, and then we will dive into the cards. Cancer and their person. Cancer and their person. Okay. What's going on your side, Cancer? That's what we're going to talk about first. What's going on your side? Oh, my goodness. Okay, Cancer. Wow. I think Cancer also had like a really good reading last time. Damn, Cancer. Okay, let's see what's going on with your person. Okay. Your person has a little bit of funny energy. Not in a bad way necessarily, but let's see. We're going to talk about this. Why is Page of Swords here? Okay. Why? Let's see. Why is the Devil here? Okay. I get it. This person has like a little aspect to them. But we're going to see. We're going to talk about it. Okay, Cancer, on your side, you are feeling the love in this connection. You are feeling the harmony in this connection. You are probably feeling nurtured in this connection, cared for, happy. When it comes to this person probably makes you feel warm. This person probably gives you feelings of like having what you need, and it may be too that you want to really nurture this connection, that you have a lot of strong desire to come in and like really nurture this thing, grow this thing, take care of this thing, give energy to this thing, give what you have to this connection. But Cancer, you are showing up in Empress mode. So listen, you are like just fine. However, it's like you're feeling all the feelings and you're feeling all the warmth, but you're also feeling very empowered. This connection might make you feel empowered, but I think you're just coming to the table in this energy of like maybe more whole than you've ever felt. you know, the Empress is all four queens. So this is you like coming to the table as all four queens. Like, you know what you want, you know what you need, you know what you tolerate, you know what you're not going to tolerate. You have the ability to be nurturing and you have the ability to be loving, but you also know how to rock it out on your own all by yourself. And so it gives you a space where you don't feel very afraid. You don't feel very afraid of nurturing a connection. It's like you're free to love and give this energy because you're not sitting in fear of like, what happens, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. Empress she doesn't really work like that. So you're not really in an energy that's working like that. You feel grounded, you feel really whole. And so you're approaching this from a really good place of empowerment, which is really beautiful. Your person, it may be that your person is thinking about like that they want to be more in like a family scene with you. Like this is a home card. So your person also, you've got a 10 and a 10. You guys are like mirroring each other, but in a little bit of a different way. It's like this can be a card about speaking about like a new home. So this could be about this person like having a desire to move in with you, or like to really just start this like abundant journey with you. But it's like they have this feeling of home around you, about you. You make them feel like they have arrived home, if that makes sense. Your person has a little bit of a side to them that likes to be right. They're almost like obsessed with being right. They can be like somewhat rigid about it when they are in their point of being right. So, you know, I mean, it's not always the easiest energy to deal with. What is happening with this person? Like, what are they like? Do they have awareness about it, or like, what's the deal? Okay. Listen, I mean, this connection may be coming in, and like it may be something that they are willing to soften these edges for, because this connection feels like wish fulfillment to your person. They have a lot of satisfaction from this connection, so they may be just taking a look at these aspects of themselves, but it exists. I'll say that in your person. They have a part of them who, when they're on a point and they're attached to a point, they have a hard time letting go of their point. There might be like a little lack of flexibility in like hearing other people out. I'm not saying all the time, but I'm saying when it comes to them being in a point, like if it comes to an argument, this might be a person who like is really stuck on their point and is not always that flexible about giving in. But this Nine of Cups is here to like temper that out and soften that out. It could be that this connection is going to kind of come in and soften up this Emperor. This is also an empowered person. And by the way, I'm just noticing you have an Emperor and an Empress on the board. So this is a well-matched, this is a well-matched couple, you and this person. And it's like these two come in and balance each other out, which is nice. She can really balance out this Emperor where he's really rigid. She can come in and like soften that. But you know, it's almost like you, in a sense, you have met your match, the both of you. Emperor and Empress do not come out in the same spread often, and especially on opposing sides. Like, this is your person, this is you. So where the Emperor can show up and be like a chase me, do it my way, rigid type of energy, the Empress shows up and she just softens all his edges, where he's able to be empowered and like sitting on his throne, and he's very much still in his empowerment, right? But he's in it in a way that doesn't ask her to compromise her empowerment. It's like neither of them is here to ask the other one to compromise the ways in which they feel empowered. So this is really nice for them to be here to balance each other out, because he needs balance. When Emperor shows up by himself, he can be like a hot mess of like a rigid mess of like, do everything my way, like rules. But he's not like that when he has his counterpart here. He's much more of like a sort of a fair all four kings. You know, it's like he's got softer edges when she's here. So that's really nice, and especially with the Nine of Cups coming out on top. So, but by the way, just keep in mind, your person may historically be a type of person who's a little bit obsessed with being right. So you may have to come up with creative ways to argue with this person if this is the way that they stick in it. But if you're showing up an Empress with some vulnerability, you may be able to sort of be like a key that softens this energy down for this person. I feel like if your person comes up against somebody who is argumentative or competitive, they will give them a run for their money because they are probably intellectual and very fixated on proving their point. So, you know, it's like Cancer, you don't really show up in always a very conflict oriented, argumentative energy, so it may not be like a big barrier in this connection, but this is an aspect that you will observe about your person, and you might not love it about them. You might not love that side to them, but listen, everybody's got a side. Cancers have their big emotional side too, that's sometimes like overwhelming for people to deal with. So listen, we all come to the table with stuff, so it doesn't look like there's a lot going on that's just like, oh my God, you know, especially with this Empress here to balance out the Emperor and vice versa. If it were just the Emperor out here without her showing up, I might be like, oh, watch out, this person will be too rigid. But she's gonna soften him up. And then you've got wish fulfillment on top of this. It may be that the wish fulfillment is something that this person has needed to come in to soften their edges. I don't know. More will be revealed. And then on your person's side, it's like they've got a very childlike way about them when it comes to communicating. With a Page of Swords here, yeah, it's like they've just got like a youthful energy when it comes to the way that they dialogue and the way that they think about things. So their perspective on life can be very not immature necessarily, but just childlike, sweet. Pages are learners, so, you know, this person may be a person who likes the process of learning intellectual things. And then you've got the Star card here. So, you know, you've got wish fulfillment and you've got the Star card. So your person is feeling like this connection is something that they have wished for. They've wished for this. This is something that they have thought about, and you know, it's possible that they may have thought that this type of connection was out of reach. I mean, a whole Emperor connection is like not something that happens every day. So, and 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles is not a connection that happens every day. So your person might just be a little bit blown away by like the dreaminess of what's happening here, which is really nice. Watch it though on arguing with this person. I'm not saying back down and be passive either, Cancer, because, you know, that's not the gig either, but creative ways of dialoguing. Okay, what's coming up around the bend? What is coming up around the bend for Cancer and mutual energy? We're talking up to the next few months. Could be a week, could be a month, 2 months, could be 3 months. Who knows about your timeline? But I'm asking for up to the next few months. Just going to shuffle one more time and then we'll dive right in. Okay. Cancer and their person, mutual energy, possible outcomes. Cards are just like bounce, bounce, bounce. Okay, I'm just gonna get a few more cards. This is not ordered right. Sometimes you can just feel a strong pull from the cards of like, nope, 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 it's not where I'm supposed to be. Why the Three of Swords here? Okay. And why is the moon card here? So we need a little bit of clarity on some of this energy. Moon card, why are you here? What is coming to the light? What is coming to the light? I'm just hearing the phrase, the answer is already here. Okay. Okay, why is Hermit here? Why is Hermit here? Well, first of all, okay. So you've got a Two of Cups here. So this is like moving into like beautiful alignment. Why? I need more clarity. Sorry, there's like other energy popping up that I just want to know why. Okay, that's nice. Okay. But what is King of Swords getting clarity about? Okay, all right. So, okay. You've got a Two of Cups here. So this is a very well-aligned union. This is going to come together in a stronger, more profound way. This is like the love coming together. Two of Cups is like a beautiful alignment in terms of partnership, and this is mutual energy. I just want more clarity, a little bit more clarity on this page. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's like beautiful alignment, a lot of love being shared here. This is a well-matched couple, you two. And there's victory here. You've got the Sun card here, so there's success on the horizon here. There's some other stuff going on. So you've got the Sun card, victory, success, warmth, being in the sort of radiance and the glow of it all, with this connection, really enjoying the warmth of it. But then, so there's this sort of movement. There's some stuff here. There's some stuff here like not talked about. There are some fears here not spoken about for some reason. So there may be a period in the upcoming energy of a little bit of a quiet period and some thoughts about like, this is almost like an energy of like needing to stop and think like, is this what we're doing? Like, do we want to move forward with this love, right? Do we want to do this? Are we sure? Like, so there's going to be a lot of thinking. So there's going to be a lot of thinking here going on. Right. And then though, through this sort of introspection and thinking comes clarity. There comes clarity and there comes dialogue, where it's maybe a space where there's a little bit less talking and more thinking for both of you. This is mutual energy about like opening up and letting this love in or not. So there's going to be some thought about that, but then there's going to be sort of like an epiphany moment where clarity settles in, and like what's settling in this moment of clarity with this King of Swords, because King of Swords knows exactly what to do and he knows exactly what he wants. So he's out here to like progress this like a little bit of unsure leftover energy into total clarity. And what's he clear on? The love. Love. Page of Cups is about a sweet love offer. And so this is where, so this is just like stuff coming up. This might be like old fears coming up. This might just be like hesitancy coming up. And there's a reason for it. And we're going to talk about that. But where this sort of comes out is this decision to, yes, we're going to offer each other this cup of love because we're this well-aligned union, and because this is like, this feels so warm, and this feels like success, and this feels like goodness, and this feels radiant, and right? So there will be like a little period of confusion, but that will sort of move into clarity. And it's like maybe these are the last doubts sort of getting filtered out by this King of Swords. And then there's this sort of like, yes, okay, this is what we're doing. But so some things are going to come to the light some things are going to come to the light, and I feel like there's going to be a space where things get really honest, and there's going to be some real sort of dialoguing about things that are held on to, or even maybe a desire to want to hold on tight, that it's possible this has not been like fully expressed, that there is a desire. It's maybe that this has been under the surface, that there's been a real desire to like hold on to this so tight, but that there may be like a playing it cool going on, right? Because the moon is like hidden things that are going to come to the light, and what's coming to the light is this holding on, like this holding on, almost like clutching on for dear life. So it may be that this needs to be talked about somehow, this holding on energy. This could be about holding on to some aspects of the past, where either one or both of you have been harmed in some way, and this may be where it comes out and it gets dialogued, and then there's this ability to kind of let it go and to put down the burdens, because there's one or both of you are carrying some burdens. But this card is here to say that, like, 10 of Wands is very much about an end to carrying the burdens. This is where reinforcements show up, help shows up, someone to help carry this burden, where like it's like another person shows up and is like, here, give me 5 of those wands, I'm going to help you carry this load, right? This is where support comes in, and where the both of you don't really have to carry the burdens all on your own anymore. This is where you get to come in and support each other. But also, like, I think part of what's coming to the light is it's like there's some pain that hasn't been fully expressed, and it's creating some fear that may have not really been discussed yet. But I think that these things are going to come to the light. These things are going to be discussed. I think this is going to be a space where you, especially with the Page of Swords here, this may be a space where you're both learning how to really talk about your raw, vulnerable fears, your shadow side, your darker aspects to yourself that still exist, your pain, the things that have hurt you from the past. This is a space where this is not like mastery of dialoguing it out, but this is learning how to talk about it. This is learning how to talk about the hard stuff, learning how to talk about the fears, learning how to talk about the pain. So, and this is in the upcoming, in the next few months. Just want to get like a little bit more information on, like, once this dialoguing comes out, like, where do things go from there? Where do things go from there? Once these things get to be talked about and put on the table, like, where does the energy go from there? Where does this go from there? Okay, yes, I knew it. Okay. Do I need more clarity? Not really. So what happens when this comes out, like when it comes up and like things are more out in the open, right? If there's been any holding back of discussing fears, pain, things that are held on to, this is a space that, like, once these things are talked about, then there's this total ability to really nurture each other and show up for each other and be there for each other. And Queen of Pentacles is all about warmth and nurturing. So this is where when there's this vulnerability and this opening, this moon card is here to open these things, talk about these things, shed light on these things. Once the light is shed on these things and they're talked about and they're put on the table, the burden eases up and the nurturing comes in, the warmth comes in. This sun energy gets to radiate fully because everything is exposed, everything is out there. And there's real nurturing here at the end of this. There's like a really sweet, warm energy. This is where the anxieties get cast to the side, and where you just almost like cover each other up in a blanket of safety. I've never said that in my life about a Queen of Pentacles, but that is the energy that is coming through. And then you've got a 10 of Wands and a 10 of Swords, like right next to each other. So this also is going to bring about an end to some pain. I don't know if it's one of you or both of you, or you're a person, or you or maybe it's both of you, this is where you lay it down. This is where you put it down. This is where the pain ends. This is where the burden ends. This is where the pain ends. And it ends through the nurturing of these spaces that have been hard to talk about. It's been really hard to uncover and talk about. It's really hard sometimes to be vulnerable and open up and talk about the places that hurt. So I think though it can be very healing, and it can be a space where the pain gets to really be fully put down. I love that this ends out in Queen of Pentacles. You could not end in a better place, Cancer. This is very sweet. The way she's just sitting here adoring this big pentacle, it's like she has everything she needs and she's in adoration of it, and she's just sitting here in a very relaxed pose and she's very content. She doesn't feel the anxiety, although the things to be anxious about are sort of looming around. She just doesn't feel it. She doesn't pay attention to it. It doesn't even come onto her radar. She is so focused on what she has in her hands. It's almost like she's in a gratitude stance towards this big pentacle, like that she just has it in her hands and she's just like, yes, she realizes what she's got in her hands. So this is really beautiful. Okay, Cancer, that is your reading. It got a little bit dicey there for a second, but I think it's all in a good direction. It's like, yeah, if there weren't an undercurrent of things to be resolved, would it even be a relationship? So that's that. So hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if it didn't, you can always hop over and watch your sun, moon, and rising. You might find more resonance in your other placements. But I want to thank you so much for being here and for showing up and supporting the channel and for receiving this reading today. All right. Thank you so much, Cancers. Take care.